Molly gave me the permission to buy a riding lawnmower.
I've been giving you permission for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that now in our garage.
It's ginormous.
It's ginormous, but it's so freaking cool.
People are gonna laugh at us in the neighborhood. I just have to tell you.
I don't give a shit.
I don't either. But I'm just letting you know.
You know what? I'm gonna put a flag on the back. You know, like on an ATV, you just put a flag that flails in the back. Might just add some speakers to it.
Oh my god!
I purposely got one with the steering wheel because I want, like I said, I want to sit, like mow and drink my coffee at the same time.
Oh my god!
How many other people in this neighborhood can do that? Maybe just the one in the corner.
Yeah.
Everybody else has to have two hands on their lawnmower. I'm over here, coffee in hand. Kill two birds with one stone, maybe.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna get the lawn done in 30 minutes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start timing you.
And I said more time with the family. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
And that's quality right there.
Quality.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Jay.
I'm Molly.
And this is the Unscripted Conversations podcast. Did I do that backwards?
It's welcome to the 75th annual Hunger Games.
Sorry, David. Welcome to the 75th annual Hunger Games.
You already ruined it. I mean, like...
Dang it.
Yeah, I know.
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Frick. Okay, so Molly's going to eat ice cream that I bought her at Costco today. We're just doing things new. We're just doing things however we want. We're not going to dictate, or no one's going to dictate to us how we make a podcast. We're just going to make a podcast. So.
Are you not supposed to eat while on a podcast?
I don't know, because you hear that.
I was just going to say.
I don't think people like that. You know, but some people like the ASMR stuff. Like, you know, like they just like listening to people just.
What is ASMR?
ASMR is just like this. I don't know, let's look it up. It's just basically like audio sensory something, where people actually just like enjoy just hearing stuff. What?
It bloomed. We missed it bloom.
No, it's gonna smell at night. Oh yeah, it's bloomed, but I don't know.
We missed it.
No, you can still smell it. Catherine said it was supposed to, you can smell it at like night or in the morning. So Catherine is a family friend, which is basically an aunt. She gifted us, when I was all into plants, a clipping from her Hoya, which her Hoya was her mom's Hoya, and then it was her grandma's Hoya, and this thing is probably 100 years old. So we have a clipping of it.
Yep.
And
ours is actually pretty big too. Holy cow.
Yeah, ours is grown, and it shoots out these this almost bunch of flowers, and Catherine said you can smell it so fragrantly, and it's like at night and in the morning.
And then you can eat the nectar. Yeah,
you can like take a drop of the nectar and like eat it. I wouldn't. Would you?
Sweet. Yeah, I would try it. It would be whatever.
I wonder if it drops on the floor. I don't see anything. But anyways, it's a Hoya that's
sorry.
in our name.
Yeah.
So ASMR, autonomous sensory meridian response, is a tingling sensation that usually begins at the scalp and moves down the back of the neck. Ooh. I guess people just
when I go like this?
Yeah.
Weird.
Or just anything. Like, I don't know, scratching or anything like that. They have like this sensory.
Interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, welcome back to our podcast. Today we're gonna kind of shoot the shit a little bit and talk about what's been going on in our lives again. You know, I think like some of these like weekly updates is kind of cool because people can just like follow along and see what we do in our lives.
Follow along and how boring we are.
No, our lives are pretty exciting. We got some stuff coming up that you guys are gonna be pretty excited about. We're excited about. So yeah, we'll see. We'll probably film that episode in the next couple weeks.
What are we excited about today?
A lot of things today. Let's talk about what we did do today. We did a lot of stuff today.
We've done a lot of stuff. I feel like we have project after project after project.
Yeah. But we have been able to kind of check stuff off the list. So that always feels good. You know, whenever you have like a list of stuff to do, it always feels good to just like check it off, you know?
Usually
So,
that works for me. Today it wasn't.
yeah, it was busy. So this week on Wednesday, I believe it was, Molly texted me and she's like, a tree fell down on our yard. And I was like, what? What tree? Like, there's not very many trees that we're like too concerned about.
We technically don't have any trees on our yard.
Yeah, it's in the random parcel of land that's to the right of our property.
Yeah.
That is like a tree preservation area that we didn't even know who owned this stupid piece of land. And there's dead trees and fallen trees and vines and weeds and stuff in it. So they're trying to keep the woods back from our property. But one of the trees that basically grew sideways like this snapped, and it was just resting on our lawn. And so she sent me a picture of it, and I was just like, holy crap, like what the hell do we do now? So then I went through all the avenues to try to find the guy who owns this land, because we thought it was the city of Greenfield, but the city of Greenfield said this is not our property. So I went through all these loops and holes and try to find this owner. Finally found him, hasn't gotten back to me. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take matters into my own hands. Rented a chainsaw, and today I felt
chopped
a
down a
little
tree.
manly.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. It's like ring. And then the freaking chainsaw that I rented from Home Depot, the chain was loose and I didn't want to fix it. So then our neighbor across the street who works for Milwaukee Tool, I was like, hey, like don't rent a chainsaw. Like
Just
have
use
this
mine.
ask. Yeah. So he actually brought over his chainsaw that I was actually looking at purchasing, which is an electric chainsaw. It was actually pretty sweet.
It was pretty
So, but I was able to use that. We cut down a tree in like about an hour.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty quick. I mean, it's a big ass tree too. I should like put a picture of it.
I mean, okay. In my scheme of things, it was not that big of a tree, because a big tree to me is like that big old tree that's in there. Like, I mean, it was it wasn't a little tree though. But like when I think of a big tree, I think of like a big old maple or a big old pine tree. This was not that big.
But
you know what I mean?
I guess when I say big, I say how many people are willing to take down that tree themselves versus just call a tree service. Because it's daunting to cut down a tree.
Most people probably would have called a tree service.
Yeah. So I would say that's a big tree.
Fair.
Some people would be comfortable cutting down a tree, but most would be like, yeah, I'm just going to call a tree service.
Fair.
So that's when I classify it like a big tree.
I got you.
But we did cut down when I first moved here. The whole backyard
my
was
God.
filled with trees. What, 17 plus trees?
It was
And
obnoxious.
we just cut them down.
Yeah.
And now it's like wide open. I should put another
Yes.
screenshot of the before and after of our backyard.
You
Because
remember that one tree that almost hit the house?
almost
that
hit
we
the
had
house.
to
It was
back?
falling. Yeah.
It started falling towards the house instead of the opposite way. And I was like pushing, and you were like holding on to me, making sure I didn't get like
Do you know what that's called?
squished by this tree. What do you mean?
Like not, you know how like putting the notch in a
Yeah.
tree and then cut it. What is it called?
Notching.
No. I just read it in the little instruction manual that came with the chainsaw.
my God.
It's called felling. Fell. Felling. Fell. It's so dumb.
That's stupid. I
Yeah.
think notching is a better word
Notching.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so felt a little manly. Freaking Molly used the chainsaw today.
A baby chainsaw.
Yeah, it was still a chainsaw. Give yourself some credit. It was actually pretty cool. Just like ring. It's like a small little handheld, like 14-inch. I
Yeah.
think it would have been.
Maybe even smaller.
Yeah, but it was cool. You know, it's like and stuff like that. Like it was fun to do. Molly has some crazy stories about.
I have a lot of
chainsaw
anxiety
accidents, so she has
around
anxiety.
chainsaws. Yeah.
Yeah. What other stuff in the emergency room that you household? Like residential tools that may have been emergencies that you've seen.
Probably
Any nail
lawn.
gun stuff?
Oh yeah, all the time. But that doesn't scare me because that's like that stuff isn't like life or death usually. Like it's not unless someone's like pointing it at you and shooting it at you. That's not it's not life or death. It's just like people accidentally get it through their finger or their hand or something.
Have you ever seen a deglove from like something?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Like a tree grinder? Have you ever seen that? Like stuff that's just mangled?
Not too mangled.
Okay.
No, but like I've seen like people whose hands have gotten like stuck in things. And, mainly degloving or stuff like that was from like motorcycle accidents. Like, so it would be their leg, like all the way, like,
oh
yeah.
no.
So you could see them like moving their foot, and like you could see yeah.
Like a sock,
And
like
that's
their
why,
skin
and
just
that's
was
why
like
we
a
don't have motorcycles, and that's why we are careful around lawnmowers. And
Who was it said that motorcycles are called donor bikes? Somebody said donor
Who
bike.
said
Who
that?
said that? It was one of our friends. Was it our friends? Somebody
Where
said
were
it.
we? I can like picture it, and now I don't remember.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, it's a donor bike.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's why we don't. She won't let me buy a
I won't.
motorcycle, but guess what? I just bought a freaking 46-inch zero-turn Cub Cadet lawnmower. It looks so
huge.
beefy, dude.
It's so big.
So the reason why we bought a riding lawnmower and we invested in this is because our lawn has gotten substantially larger after our landscaping project in the back. We did get rid of a hill that we were mowing up, which is kind of dangerous now that I think about it. And it added like a little, what is that, retaining wall.
Oh yeah.
But our lawn
I always
has
call it a platform.
a platform.
People
Yeah.
are probably like, "What the?"
My
frick?
dad calls it a stage.
Yeah.
So what are you doing on the stage? So it literally looks like a stage in our backyard.
It does. But a retaining wall is a good visual for people because I
Yeah.
never know how to. Yeah, that's just funny.
So I've been last summer when Molly was pregnant. I was doing all of the lawn mowing, and it takes a long time, like to do the whole front, and then the sides, and then the whole big backyard. Like it takes a long time, and I'll probably say I think our property is listed at like a third of an acre.
Yeah.
And our house maybe takes up like less than a third of that. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty good size lawn, and it would probably take me, if I was booking it on a push mower, it took me about maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And then if I was like weed whacking and doing all the proper stuff, another like 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
So in a good hour and 20 minutes, I would get the lawn done. But sometimes the lawn, we don't mow every week. So then the lawn gets long and we have to bag it, because if you don't bag it, then you leave these like streaks and stuff on the lawn after you mulch. And our lawnmowers are good. They're not like the absolute best, but like it just gets so draining. And then a couple weekends ago, Molly helped me do the lawn, and she's like, yeah, this is a lot.
For the first time in like a year.
2 years.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's crazy. So then one of our lawnmowers, like the bag doesn't like stay on, so it's like bounces. So it's supposed to catch grass, but it's like every time you like go on a bump, it's like just dips out like freaking grass. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And then last weekend was the final straw.
Yeah.
Last weekend I was just like, okay,
I'm over this.
I'm over this.
Yeah.
So then Molly gave me the permission to buy a riding lawnmower.
I've
So
been
we
giving
have
you
one.
permission for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, we have that now in our garage.
It's ginormous.
It's ginormous, but it's so freaking cool.
People are gonna laugh at us in the neighborhood. I just have to tell you.
I don't give a shit.
I don't either. But I'm just letting you
You know
know.
what? I'm gonna put a flag on the back. You know, like on an ATV, just put a flag that flails in the back. Might just add some speakers to it.
Oh my god!
I purposely got one with the steering wheel because I want, like I said, I want to sit, like mow and drink my coffee at the same time.
Oh my god!
How many other people in this neighborhood can do that? Maybe just the one in the corner.
Yeah.
Everybody else has to have two hands on their lawnmower. I'm over here, coffee in hand. Kill two birds with one stone,
Oh
maybe.
my god!
And I'm gonna get the lawn done in 30 minutes.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start timing you.
epic. And I said more time with the family. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
And that's quality right there.
Quality.
So yeah, that's what's happened today. What else have we been doing today?
We arranged some rooms.
We arranged some rooms. So we have 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
2 of the bedrooms are kind of like that medium size, and then
Yeah.
the one room is like so smaller,
Small.
way smaller. That was Conrad's room. So then we're like, let's move him into a big room. The guest room doesn't have to be like the big room, the
No, and
medium
I
size
don't.
room. So
I don't know why we just didn't do that in the first place.
yeah, I think it was because the previous owners used that room as a nursery.
Well, I
So
think
was
it's
like,
because we
there's
already
nursery.
had the guest room set up.
And then your
And then
office.
the other one was my office. So that was
Yeah.
like the only open room, which we just should have thought about and just,
yeah,
you know.
just like put the baby
redid
room in
it.
there.
Yeah.
So we're rearranging some rooms right now around the house. So that's kind of been keeping us busy.
Mm-hmm.
We got a painting project coming up. That's going to be a BITCH.
So I decided to paint my office a dark blue, and that probably wasn't the best idea.
Yeah, because now we got to prime it before we paint it something else. But hey, it's fun. Oops. I think we were having this conversation. Every single room in our house, except for a bathroom, has been painted by us. Mm-hmm. So, hey, we're just making it our own, right? Just making it our own. How was work this week?
I hate short weeks. I hate short weeks. Like, it's nice when you have off on Monday, but I just feel like the rest of the week is so you just can't get back into the swing of things. And
is it because they just pack everything into the 4-day week, or
maybe, I don't know. It just felt like I could not get into a good routine.
Yeah.
I just felt like every day was long.
Any crazy stories?
No. I don't know.
Same old, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, my job is, I'm going to say boring, but I don't mean it as oh, I'm bored. But all my patients are the same, really. You know, it's cardiology stuff. There's not really much different
any
when it
variety?
comes. Yeah.
Any surprises?
No, I mean, I had a patient who we hadn't seen him in over, it would have been 2 years coming this fall. Mm. And he came in and was oh, I'm, retaining fluid and I'm tired and I have chest pain and all this stuff. And I'm basically had to have a real life conversation with him. And I was you need to come back and follow up. If you don't, you're going to end up in the hospital and you're not going to be okay. Okay. He's oh,
he listened to you.
Okay.
That's
we'll
awesome.
see. We'll see if he comes back. I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
cool.
See.
That's cool that you kind of made that difference.
Well, it was kind of cool because he's not using his sleep apnea machine, which is what put my uncle in such a bad thing. And I was my uncle had a trach because he didn't use a sleep apnea machine.
Yeah.
And I think that might have kind of scared him. So it was kind of cool to be able to use my experience as being able to scare the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, for sure. Sometimes you got to do that.
Oh, you have to be rough with people sometimes.
Well, especially
because they
the
just
ones
don't
who are
listen.
so hard-headed.
Yeah, it's yeah, I just don't get it.
I had a patient this week who, I was so do you brush? And it's oh, sometimes whenever I have the time to. And it's how many cavities I have? And I was you have a lot of cavities. You need to get in and get these done, or you're going to be losing more teeth. And then he was oh, I'm just going to lose them anyways. I'm just bound for dentures. And I was dentures are not the solution. And it's well, my dad had dentures, my grandma had dentures, everybody in my family, it just seems they get dentures. And I'm okay, you are destined to get dentures. I get it. That's what you think, but you don't have to.
I don't understand when I have time to. I don't understand that.
I don't know. I guess people just have busy lives like us.
Yeah, but it's 2 minutes. What do you mean? You don't have 2 minutes while you're peeing or pooping? I mean, I know that's kind of gross. You're sitting on the toilet, but you're in the bathroom. I don't get that
it either.
That's me saying, well,
I don't have time to wipe my ass.
Right. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, that's
you could literally do it in the car and spit out the window. You literally could, but you literally could. You know what I mean? It's not you have to
It's not you don't have time.
Yeah,
you have time.
I mean, it's it's not I don't have time to go work out for 30 minutes. That's that's a chore. That's a task. That's a huge thing.
Yeah.
When I have time. What?
Yeah, that's people. That's what I'm telling you. These people just don't care about their oral health.
I don't get it.
Well, I see these things because I do hygiene every single week.
Oh, we're on that again?
Well, we're going to keep touching that subject.
I thought we've talked about this already.
I know
everyone knows you've done hygiene.
Yeah, we're just kicking a dead horse.
God, that's annoying. I have plenty of patients like that, though, too.
Yeah.
I love the ones who are so what meds are you on? What meds are you taking? I don't know.
Whatever you give me.
You look at them every day. Like I get like maybe kind of not knowing how to say the name and stuff because some of them are big, you know, I get that. But like you should at least be able to, like if I say it, like recognize it. You literally should be looking at the bottle every day.
Yeah.
And so I'm like
what the heck?
Like I had another patient this week who came in with her daughter and she has the patient has dementia. So the daughter's doing everything. Well, they get bubble packs from the pharmacy, which is really cool because the pharmacy just puts them in a pack, and that's what you take in the morning. That's what you take in the middle of the day. That's what you take at night. Like you don't really know what's in there. Right.
Yeah.
So it's great for these people who don't understand it and stuff. But what's bad about it is the hospital changed the medication. So like the daughter then didn't know what she was on now. Not that she really knew before either. Mm-hmm. But my MA, they have to go through like each medication, like what are you on? And so she like stops me in the hall and was like, you're going to love this one. Because she didn't have a clue. And what she does is she pulls up my chart and like is like, yeah, she's on that, and that. But it was like an old thing and wasn't from the one from the hospital. So she's saying she's still on meds that she's actually not supposed to be on.
Yeah.
So I had to be like, so just confirm for me that you went and picked up new bubble packs from this pharmacy after she got discharged, right? Yeah. And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, I'm going to trust the pharmacy that they got the updated, you know, prescriptions and whatever. And they were supposed to stop this stuff.
Yeah.
I have really no clue.
Yeah.
No clue at
nuts.
all. Hopefully, like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I love the people who are like...
Doesn't it in their chart, though, where it kind of shows what they're taking?
Yes, but if they didn't get the updated prescription and if no one called the pharmacy and said they're supposed to stop these ones...
Makes sense. Makes sense.
The pharmacy doesn't know.
Doesn't know. They're just going to keep filling whatever
they've already been prescribed.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Now, could I have called the pharmacy and been like, what do you have them taking? Yeah, I guess I could have. But like sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like I should have to be doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people have to take some responsibility.
Well, and doesn't it come, don't these bubble packs come with like the name of the meds that's in them?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so. I think it says Tuesday AM, Tuesday PM. Wednesday AM.
There has to be, because
I don't know.
You always get that little piece of paper pamphlet whenever you get medications on like how to use it, the side effects.
I don't know that they do with stuff like this though, because they literally just get it in a bubble pack. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Or what they call a bubble pack. Yeah.
You know what? So what's crazy about these bubble packs is that there's some companies I see on Instagram now who make vitamins.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like you can pick whatever vitamin you want, and it's just like a la carte vitamin packs.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you know which one to freaking do?
Yes.
Or like one of the ones that I keep seeing for guys is like Hims, which is like basically like Cialis or Viagra you can buy. Like one of the Instagram ads was like, my girlfriend doesn't know why I last longer in the bedroom. And I was like, what the frick is this? And you can just buy this without a prescription over the phone, over the internet. Yeah. And it's just like this. I think Hims is the HIMS is the brand. I don't know if you need a prescription.
Is it really Cialis and stuff, or is it just
I think it has to
vitamins
be some
that they're like...
No, I think what else can you take that makes you last longer? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. I don't need it.
Because if it
I don't want
truly
it freaking
is
getting
a prescription drug...
You have to get a prescription from a doctor. I wonder if you talk to a doctor on the consultation before you get it. But
that's BS.
But it's all
if I can do that, but I can't get birth control, ooh, that just will heat me up.
Yeah.
No, not okay.
That's crazy.
You know the other thing I really hate with patients? When I'm like, oh, are you taking this med? Is that the little, like, purple one?
There's no color.
Like, I don't freaking know. Why? Like, I don't know. Well, can't you look it up?
That's funny.
I have to take a second, stare at my computer and be like, no.
That's
no,
funny.
I have 20 minutes with you and you were 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
So no, we have 12 minutes now.
That's funny.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just can't. Or I've told you about this one. This lady, every time I talked, She just talked over me.
Oh, yeah. You told me about this one.
Oh, my God. I literally almost like turned to her and said, if you'd be quiet, we could get this done quicker. Like, I mean, and it wasn't rude. It wasn't like she was like, well, what about, it wasn't whatever. She just kept talking. And I'm like, just shut up. Just shut
chill.
And let me say what I need to say.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I would ask a yes or no question and it would be like,
just elaborate it.
I'm like,
I'm a cardiology MP, not a psychiatrist.
well, oh my God. I mean, it was just like, I literally almost like went off on this person kindly, but like just being like, okay, you need to be quiet because I was like, my patience was like,
yeah,
gah.
That's funny. I have this one patient. She is like in her 90s, and she had 2 implants done, and I was taking impressions, but I don't think she hears like very well. I think I told you this story. So then I was like, okay, and I found myself whenever I talk to patients sometimes that my volume of my voice is elevated for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like tone it down the way like my volume of my voice. But with this patient, I talk at a normal volume and she can't hear me. So then I'm like yelling and then I'm like constantly repeating myself. And so like this week I had to like take impressions of some implants she had done on like her 2 lateral front teeth.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we're going to take an impression today and then send it off. What? I was like, we are going to take impressions. Okay. What are we doing? I was like, oh my gosh. I would look at my assistant and I was like, just take the freaking impressions. We don't need to explain to her what we're doing. We're just going to take these impressions.
I had a couple people like that this week who like couldn't hear or forgot their hearing aids. And I have been told that I have a high pitched voice. So then when I try to talk loud, it's higher pitched. And I can't talk loud and bring it down an octave, like
where
I
they
don't
can
know
hear
how
it?
to. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. But this one guy was like, no, your voice is fine. And he looks to his nurse and he goes, nurse so-and-so, now she has an annoying voice. And I was like, oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Man.
Yeah. Because I was like, I can just picture it. It must be like one of those like really high-pitched voice. Because I don't have a high-pitched voice. It's just for those people who have like hearing aids and stuff. They're like, you don't have to talk so loud. And I was like, this is just my voice.
Yeah. Do you feel like, I'm trying to think now, we have pretty interesting like stories in our profession.
Yeah.
I'm sure like most professions you can have like a story to tell, right? From experience. Can you think of one that's not like, that's just kind of boring? I was trying to think about that. Like,
what do you mean?
Like where you don't have these kinds of stories.
Yeah, I wish, like when people hear that I work in the ER, they're like, oh, you must have such great stories. And it's like, I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
Like, your day is just, for the most part, just seeing sick people.
Yeah.
And there's nothing crazy about it. There's nothing fun about it. There's not, you know what I mean?
But
like,
you, as an emergency room nurse, though, you see some traumas.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It is. But at the same time, it's like, oh, it's another gunshot wound. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
It's like normalized.
That was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
saw some brain matter today.
Yeah.
Just another day.
I think one of the professions that maybe is like, you may not have that many stories to tell. Or
podiatry.
Like hell no. Podiatry is probably one of the most.
Ew.
Dude, people have stories about feet. Oh man, I saw this one toe where the big toe was already like growing over the next toe. Like, that's a story. I'm talking about like landscapers. There's no good stories with landscapers.
Yeah, huh?
How?
I
What?
encountered a garden snake today
Oh
and it
my
made me
gosh.
pee my pants.
No, that was me.
Oh yeah,
We
bad.
had this garden snake in our backyard, and I freaked the shit out when I was watering the plants. I was about to climb on one of these small walls we have, and I just saw something just, and I was like, "What was that?"
No, that's not what you said.
No, I was like, whoa.
No, that's not what you said.
What did I do?
You went, oh, fuck! And like, loud.
This was probably the same garden snake that was on the lawn when I was weed whacking. I was like, come out again. I'm weed whacking.
It lives in our wall, I think.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What the hell? What
that's why
snakes?
That's why we can't get wicker things, because it's going to live in our wicker.
Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. And spiders.
No.
Can you imagine sitting on like...
No, you know what's probably a boring profession? Tax people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, was messing with this guy's taxes today. He didn't pay his taxes for 5 years. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Right. Tax people. Accountants.
Yeah.
Not much.
Gross.
Yeah, gross. Computer jobs.
Yes.
Nothing.
Unless it's like erasing, like,
or customer service.
Oh, God.
But sometimes customer service can have some of the funny ones because there's like people who call in with problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like rude people, and you can kind of mess with them or something, you know? Like,
I've always wanted to mess with a telemarketer. Like, I don't know if telemarketers call you, what do? I just silence my phone.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Or I'll send in a voicemail. But I've heard of others where they answer the phone and then like one lady put a metal
pan over it
and just started tinkling.
That's so mean, because that's her job. No, I know a lot of them are like
annoying as fuck.
Well, and overseas, like, it's like, they're trying to get your money and like scam you. So that I'm okay with. But like some of these other ones that are like, that's just their job, I feel bad. They're trying to make a living.
My number is on the no call list. Why the L are you calling me?
Why in the L?
Yeah, why in the L?
Oh, a hell? Got it.
Yeah. Are you calling me?
I always loved it when I was younger, when they'd be like, "Hi, is John Grutner there?" And I'd be like, "He's dead."
Oh my gosh.
Because he was. That's my dad. Sorry.
What the hell? And it would be like, I'm sorry.
Or when it was like 10, like up to 15 years. Now it'll be 33. I'd be like, crazy. He's been dead 10 years.
Yeah.
Again, that's not their fault, but it's like, well, how do you still have this name? Like, and he never lived at my house or had my number.
That's like, maybe they associated it with your mom.
I'm sure, but it's still just crazy.
That's telemarketers selling your data.
Yes.
Selling your number and your information. Speaking about selling information, I've been getting what was I looking at on Instagram? And I just started getting the ads.
The playpen thing?
What playpen thing?
The tent?
Oh, yes. Okay, so when we went to Vegas, Conrad is so finicky with the way he sleeps, but we've been doing this since he was born, and it's the best way he sleeps, and it's absolute darkness. Like, one of the things we did today was freaking taped these blackout sheets like on his windows and then put up curtains to cover it up again. Like, he loves just absolute darkness. That's the best way he sleeps. So when we went home in February, the blinds at my parents' house, though they did like shut out the light, it was basically like having a lamp on still. Light would filter in. So he didn't sleep very well. So then this time around when we went home in May, we bought this thing called the Slumber Pod, which is amazing. It's like this tent thing with like poles that you kind of like attach. And
basically
it's
like a tent.
Like a tent.
Yeah.
And it's made out of like this neoprene material, stretchy material, and it's like black, pitch black. So you put that over like a playpen, like pack and play. There's a place where you can put a camera, and there's a place you can put a fan, which we did, and also put the air purifier inside to kind of keep the air circulated. And he did pretty good with it. But so when we were looking like after February, like what's a good way for us to kind of help him sleep in the pack and play when we go home in May? So I found this thing called the Slumber Pod. I bought it, and then I'm constantly getting these ads on Instagram, but I didn't buy it on Instagram.
Right.
I just bought it on the internet. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did they get my information? And they linked it to my Instagram, and now showing me ads on my Instagram.
And on that other tent we just got for outside.
Oh, yeah, the California Beach Company one. Yeah, it's so freaking nuts. Like, how are they getting this stuff?
Well, and you look at stuff, and then it's all over my
it's all over
Instagram
yours
later.
Too?
Yep.
That's crazy. This is what happens with AI. AI is just tracking you. Say goodbye to your freedom because...
Did you see that new AI thing?
Which one?
Where it's like a robot, basically looks like a robot from iRobot or whatever. And they ask him like, do you think AI is dangerous? And they're like, yeah, I mean, if we get, intelligent enough to, manipulate humans, it's going to be a real bad thing. Basically is like what they say. And I was like, and we're not destroying these things now? Like, what? They're literally telling us we're going to manipulate you and take you over.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, when you got like the leader of Google who created AI say that they need to like stop advancing AI or else it'll be the downfall of humanity is what he said. I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, man. Like, control this stuff. But it's already getting so smart. There's that thing on Snapchat where you can chat with the AI thing. Yeah, I haven't tried it.
Well, and I haven't been back on Snapchat since we got our new phones because I couldn't remember my login. It'll be like a year.
Yeah, it's bad.
But like, I don't want my kids talking to this thing.
Yeah, it's smart enough where it can like. So the funny thing they said is like this AI can't pinpoint where you're at.
Yes,
and but then you're like, hey, what's close to eat nearby?
McDonald's. Or something?
And then you're like, this is, and it's like right by you. You're like, how the hell? Yeah, so I don't know. I think AI is good in some instances where you need it, but how people want it to like help.
Google's enough.
Yeah.
Google is AI enough. You know what I mean? Like,
look at Alexa. Alexa's AI enough. Oh shoot, I just said it. We got a unit on our wall, so she heard me. Gosh darn it. But yeah, I have some mixed feelings about AI.
So do I.
I think it's gonna be an iRobot type of world if we don't be careful with it. But it is what it is.
I agree.
Yeah. What else is going on in our lives?
This ice cream's pretty good.
I know you finished that. That's pretty good. Dude, Costco. We had an episode.
Shit.
Yeah, we had an episode a few weeks ago about the people at Costco. Best time to freaking go is a Saturday afternoon. There's hardly anybody in there. No lines to wait for. People aren't
barely anybody trying to stop and get the food.
And the food, yeah, because there actually wasn't much. Actually, there was samples,
but not too much.
But not too much. Yeah. So Saturday afternoons, go to Costco. That's probably the best time to go. Did we talk about planting a garden? I think we did. We have a garden
last week.
Yeah. Funny, cool thing. So last week we bought romaine lettuce from Costco for burger bowls that we were making for lunches. And I was like, should I try to plant the roots? So what I did was the romaine lettuce, I like chopped it off maybe like a couple inches from the core, stalk, whatever. The core.
Yeah.
And then I was like, let me go just like shove this in the dirt up on the garden and see what happens.
It's already growing.
And it's already growing.
So
and it's
cool.
like within a couple of days there was something like green growing out the middle. So I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool. So we're gonna have freaking lettuce too.
We gotta try to plant those. So we had green onions that lasted the winter.
The winter, yeah.
And they grew huge and we unplanted them and they've just been sitting on our wall.
I wonder if they're drying out.
Maybe.
So like those seeds are like just drying out.
And there was like little bulbs at the top and I was like, oh, I wonder if these flower. Well, they kept growing even out of the dirt and now they're like popping open and they have all these little, must be little seeds. So we should try to plant them.
But what's cool is, so we plucked them out of the ground and we just laid it on top of our retaining wall. And then these things were growing vertically. So like this was the stalk. And then after a few days, like the bulb areas were like standing up and down. I was like, what the hell? They're like so still alive.
They're alive.
It's an AI green onion.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that's actually
I always
cool.
hate waiting in the beginning for like things to start growing. Like I just wanted to like
there's flowers already on the pepper plants.
Really?
Yeah, like white flowers that like where the fruit's gonna come. There's that, and then what's the one by the edamame?
Green beans.
Green beans. There's a thing over there too. So we got a good garden going.
That's cool.
Yeah. We bought this. I bought this owl off of Amazon because like there was like critters probably like digging in our near our garden because there's like holes and stuff. So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna buy a freaking owl. So I have this owl, and the head will like spin with the wind. So I'm gonna put that up tomorrow. That'd be kind of fun.
You were so excited about your owl.
I was so freaking excited. It's nuts.
It is cool. That was my idea, though.
Yeah. Well, we have freaking finches or birds like making nests in our rain gutters.
Mm-hmm. That's not gonna stop though.
I know, freaking amen. So I hate this is.
Oh, I forgot to show you the egg that was on the ground. It's gone now.
Oh yeah, she found an egg that
like a little bird's egg on the ground.
It was cracked.
It was cracked open.
I think the mom bird was like, "This is a bad egg."
Oh my god! I actually
knocked it out of the.
I think the squirrel just wanted a fried egg on the.
Oh, true. Oh yeah, because it was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Get some scrambled eggs. Yeah. Cook it.
That's so sad.
I was thinking about driveway, dude.
Oh my god! If I hear, oh my god,
we are having a basketball hoop installed on our driveway. They came in, laid the foundation and the anchor on Friday. Next week is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, there won't be an episode next week because what we'll be doing is playing basketball all night.
Dude, I'm gonna freaking Kobe all over
my god.
Molly.
It's a good thing we moved Conrad's room so he can't hear us.
That's true. Yeah, because it's right at the front.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty excited for
you
this
are
basketball
stoked.
hoop.
It's so funny.
So stoked.
I mean, I'm excited too, but like you were like...
Dude, it's going to be... You know what? Our neighbors, they play, and I don't know if they listen to this podcast, but I think we could take them.
Oh.
Like two
I already know we could take them. First of all, I'm taller.
You're not?
Kidding.
You're like the shortest one. You can box them out, though. They probably won't touch you because you're a girl.
That's true.
So
I used to hold my own against playing against guys.
Dude, so we had this bet. Best
you
out of,
started
best
it.
Out of
I
30.
never agreed to nothing.
Well, we should. Best out of 30 free throws. That's what we said.
You gotta let me warm up a little bit.
And then Molly said, "I'll probably get 10." And
hey,
like 33%.
I'm being realistic. I haven't
I think
really
at least
shot
20.
a basketball in a long time. You know, like once in a while, but not like routinely. You know what I mean?
Wait.
You've played a lot more than me because you played with like my cousins, but I was pregnant and I was like, I'm not getting involved in that. And like,
well, no excuse now. You can shoot a ball.
I know I can shoot a ball. I just like
you don't got a belly hanging out. Bugs, yeah. No hard fouls at the elbow. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. What else is going on? I guess we are kind of just touching on a lot of different things today. Vegas Golden Knights are in the Stanley Cup Finals, which is going on right now. So we're gonna hit that up here after this podcast. But yeah.
Do you remember that time when we were talking in our podcast about the Bucks like going to the finals?
Oh
or something?
Yeah.
I think we just like forgot to readdress that.
Yeah, Bucks out first round, Lakers out in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah. I think didn't we say like Bucks versus Lakers? No, we had a bet.
We did have a bet. What was it?
We had a bet that the Bucks and the Lakers were gonna go to the NBA Finals this year, and the Lakers were gonna win. That's what I said.
We had that a long time ago. That wasn't on the podcast.
It wasn't on the podcast, but we had that before this season started.
Yes.
And we got closer than the Bucks. We didn't go.
Yeah,
what did we get?
Do you remember that one year where you were like, "Oh, this is the Lakers' year, man. Yeah, we got this person and this person and this person. We're gonna be undefeated." And guess who won that year?
Last year?
No, that was 2 years ago because the Bucks won the finals.
Oh, I thought that was last year.
I think that was 2 years ago because you were all like all talk, and I was like, "Okay, babe," and then we won it.
Okay.
I think. Maybe it was last year too. Whatever, but it was like where we did a lot better than you.
Yeah. Well, the Lakers,
I love how I say we, and I don't really like.
Yeah.
I like the Bucks, but I'm not like.
Rank your Wisconsin teams.
Green Bay.
Then
Packers. Is there anything else?
The Bucks?
Oh. Yeah,
The Bucks are good.
I guess that would be my
You
next one.
can throw the Brewers under like everything.
Put the Admirals before that.
Oh my! Actually, the Admirals are pretty good, so I would say that. How do you feel about Aaron Rodgers leaving? And like every Packer fan feels.
Like, finally, he's gone.
Yeah, he's a prima donna.
He's too much.
Hey, he's already like posting all this stuff about his new
good
home.
for him. I'm
like,
glad
so glad
he's finally practicing
home.
again.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm excited for this football season only because I want to see how some of these teams are going to fare.
Yeah.
Especially with like everything is just like jumbled up now.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got your core teams like the Chiefs with Patty Mahomes, the Bills with Josh Allen, but the Jets with Aaron Rodgers,
they're gonna
be pretty good.
No.
Who's gonna take the NFC North? Is it gonna be probably the Vikings?
Yeah.
The Vikings are probably gonna take it. Chicago, not really. Detroit, maybe. They were good last year.
Yeah.
Almost barely made the playoffs, except the Packers kicked them out.
Mm-hmm.
Packers, I don't know about the Packers. Sorry, Packer fans.
We'll
Broncos, I don't know. Broncos, they're in a hard division, so they might suck.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The Packers played the Broncos this year, so
I'm gonna laugh when we beat you. I know, I saw that.
You are not gonna beat us.
You don't know that.
Jordan Love versus Russell Wilson. Come on.
Russell Wilson didn't do so great last year.
In Denver.
Russell Wilson didn't do so great last year.
Yeah, because he didn't have a really good coach.
Well,
he's got a good coach this year.
We'll see.
We'll see. Bet. We're going to make a bet right now.
We always make a bet, but we never have anything to bet on.
Okay, well, what should we bet on?
I don't know. We need to.
What do you want?
You always ask me that, and I never get it.
Well, what is it? A back rub? This girl's gonna bet a whole season on a back rub.
No, I'm not.
No. A football game.
No, not at all. I don't know. I don't know what I even want.
Well, you better think about it.
Okay, if you have suggestions, let me know because I'm really bad at like deciding what
when you
to
make
bet on.
Yeah, when you make a bet with somebody, is it something materialistic or is it something like an action, like a back rub or
That's
a
great
spa
question.
date or something like that? Yeah, that's a good question.
Stop.
My arm itches. Anyways, guys, just wanted to make a quick podcast today. Just kind of shooting the shit. We talked about a lot of stuff that's going on in our lives. I think this is like kind of like the fun kind of conversation. We'll have like some randoms like this every now and then, and we'll have some like guided like conversations. Like we still have to make the sex episode. I think people really want that episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You just want to know our sex lives.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But we'll save that one for next time.
Yeah.
And then we also have some big news coming up. We'll probably share that in the next couple weeks. And yeah. Anything else?
I don't think so.
No? Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. This is the Jay Benez.
And Molly.
And this is Unscripted Conversations Podcast. Thank you for listening. Smash that like button. You know what to do. Subscribe and hit that noti bell because every Saturday at 8 a.m. you get to listen to our beautiful voices and see us on screen. I'm naked too, by the way, if you're listening on Spotify.
Oh my God. No, he will be during our sex podcast.
Oh, spicy. Man, should I wear a Speedo? No, I'm just going to wear like a nude underwear and make it look like I'm naked. They're going to flag it on YouTube as like explicit material.
Oh my God.
Alrighty, guys. Take it easy. Have a good day. Good night.
I would just need a white bathing suit.
So freaking pale.
Okay, yeah. Have a good night.
And go Knights go.
Go Knights go.
All right. Bam, 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 bam.
Oh my God. Ew. That's so disgusting.